I am Matt McGee. I've been here at McManus Microwave for about 12 years or so. My title is VP of Engineering. I came in as a technician, and then they found out I could do AutoCAD, so I started with AutoCAD and designing the parts as well, and just kind of went up the ladder and into engineering. And really a small company, so we've all got our hands into a little bit of everything. We build circulators and isolators. Primary use is in military radar systems and communication systems where they want to protect their transmitting equipment. And it's sort of like a surge protector. We've got circulators that go in the advanced Hawkeye aircraft. It's the plane that they put on with the aircraft carriers, and it's got a big dish up on top of the plane, and it has a radar antenna that spins around, and it's sending out power to detect enemy planes or friendly planes or whatever. And when it bounces off that object, it sends power back, and that's how they determine where that object is. But when it turns around and sees the tail of the plane, it's so close and it bounces energy off of that, it gets a huge power spike. And what our units do, they're in an array of about 15 or so units, and that big power spike comes through back to our units, and then instead of making it back to the transmitters, it's dissipated as heat into the resistors so that they don't blow the transmitters. We've got a couple smaller units. They go into a communication system that are in Humvees. The Humvees are going through various types of terrain, so they've got to be pretty robust. So we've got those, and then we repair a unit for a company that's part of a commercial microwave oven, basically, and one of its uses is in the preparation when they cook the pre-cooked packaged bacon. You've got your military use, and then you've got your bacon cooking, so it's a wide array of possibilities there. When I was in high school, I started out not so much. When I was a freshman, I kind of wanted to be a lawyer because I was always good at arguing and I could make a point no matter what. But as I got older, I kind of moved out of that. I'm like, I don't really have it in me to be a lawyer. And then is when I started getting more into the science and math side. I didn't start out into science, but by the end of high school, I was. I graduated Mitchell in '03, and then from there I went to UNC Asheville and started out in computer science, and just I wasn't feeling it, decided it wasn't really what I wanted to do. I wound up coming back to Mayland, and I started off signing up for computer engineering. And then when I was talking to the advisor, who turned out to be my professor, he said, well, why don't you try electronics engineering as well? You can do both because there's only a handful of classes different, and you come out with 2 degrees. After thinking about it for a little bit, I'm like, yeah, that doesn't sound bad. Let's go down that road. By the time that I got finished with Mayland, I had both a computer engineering degree and an electronics engineering degree. When I first got here, I was hired on as a technician, and what that basically entails is just tuning and testing the unit once they're built. And after I'd been here a while, they found out that I could do AutoCAD. They started kind of moving me there, and I still did technician work because we're a small company, so everybody wears lots of hats. Then later, I actually, through the company, they let me take a 3D AutoCAD class online so that I could get into the 3D modeling side of it too, and further my knowledge there. So I got to expand on that, and I added that to my repertoire, I guess. After being here, I got more involved and eventually got promoted into engineering and project management. Hard work and willingness to learn and just to do what needs to be done, especially with a small company. I was potting a unit where we put RTV gel inside a unit before assembly. I did that earlier today, and then I've got a couple units to tune. I do some AutoCAD stuff. A few weeks ago, I ran airlines that needed to be ran, so it's kind of a willingness to do what needs to be done. I mean, I started out at a decent pay, especially for this area, but over the years, with the hard work and getting promotions, I do pretty well, especially in this area. I was happy. I was fully expecting to have to go to Charlotte or Knoxville or Nashville or Atlanta or somewhere like that, so I was extremely blessed to come here, and it's afforded me to live a comfortable life. You're not always going to have a close drive in Mitchell County, but it's usually a gorgeous drive. I mean, it's home. It's not crowded. You may have a long drive, but you're probably not going to have to deal with traffic. It's a nice area. It's quiet. The people are friendly, and it's home. I take pride in that because it's nothing compared to going overseas and fighting for our country, but we help make parts that help keep those soldiers safe, and that's something that we can take pride in. It's something that I enjoy, so do something that you enjoy and work at it. I mean, I had to put in effort, so it's not just going to necessarily fall into your lap, but again, be willing to do what it takes. If you want to go to a 4-year college, I think that's great. You go for it. It's not necessarily for everyone, and I think that's something that the country's kind of gotten away from. There are options out there, and Mayland and other community colleges are a great option. It's worked out well for me, so if you're thinking that way, I would encourage you to look into that. You can still get a great job with an associate's degree, and you can always go back for that 4-year degree later if you'd like. There is work to be had, and it is local. You don't have to have that 4-year degree and move off away from your friends and family. You can stay close to home and still have a good job.